Okay, and we're live, people. The Heck Podcast. We're here with Tyler Steigelman, owner of Worthwhile Brand, and he's doing some freaking awesome stuff, amazing shirts, and he's got an awesome message, man.
Yeah. You want to go into that? Or?
Yeah, dude. So tell us about what you're doing with your clothing brand.
Well, July will be 3 years. I've been pushing it, but it's called Worthwhile Brand. And the meaning, the message, I want everyone, no matter who you are, or what situation you're in, never forget you're worthwhile, to always be yourself.
Yeah.
So, I just push that, and I like to speak about it, and I print shirts myself. And
Yeah.
So I do all that. But
I think it's awesome that, I see on Instagram all the time, the stories that you post of, you printing the shirts and stuff. So it makes it so much more personal, man.
I actually had, that last one I posted was a time-lapse of me printing a shirt, and I actually had someone I went to school with, he commented on it, and he was like, dude, I want to get a shirt, but I want to see you make it in person. And I was like, yes, because, that was actually what I wanted, because, it makes it more personal. I had him pick out 2 colors right there, and, he's seen it be made. And so
that's freaking awesome.
It's cool.
Dude, that is a great idea. You can, market that into something more.
I'm envisioning in the future, this is long in the future, but an actual place where you can go, where you can buy shirts, but there's also a production part where you can go over there, get your shirt custom made, and then go over here to the photography section or podcast session or something like that, and actually get a video made or pictures and stuff like that.
What how long does it take you normally to make a shirt? From just getting the shirt, printing it, and drying and everything?
I would say. Because there's not just the shirt alone, I clean the screen right after I'm done and all that, but I would say
the whole process.
Yeah, I could probably do it in 15.
Dude, really?
15 to 20
yeah, that'd be freaking perfect then, man. You could definitely do that at a store. That'd be that'd be really easy.
And it's unique.
Yeah, and it really brings back the whole personal aspect that you're trying to, making people feel worthwhile. Dude, that is such a freaking good idea.
Every shirt is different, every person.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so
awesome.
everybody gets to kind of pick up their stuff. Dude, I'm still gonna get you a baseball tee, man. I really want one, and baseball tees are my favorite shirts ever. I know.
We cannot forget.
Yes.
I will take some.
Yes.
I will take your baseball tees.
Yes.
From your house.
I will take them from your house.
And make them and give them back.
What do you have to do? After you use your screen press, you put the ink on it and everything, and you put it down on the shirt. How do you do the baking and stuff?
The drying?
Dude, that looks...
This one actually I did not print myself.
Yeah.
A little history on this one.
Yeah.
This is when I got a line done through a screen printing place, and I learned, I asked him if I can, print with him so I can learn, the process and stuff. But, he was showing me how, there's different ways you can, this is a black shirt, this is actually white ink.
Yeah.
But the white
yeah.
faded into the black and made gray, so, I learned stuff like that. But, what were you about to say? I know you said this one was cool, but...
No, I was just going to say, the printing on that looks really neat. It's different than from the printing on this, you know what I mean?
It's in the fabric.
Yeah. So is there a special dye that he used for that?
No,
or do you
it's all the ink, but, it's water-based ink, or you can use, plastisol ink. Plastisol is, plastic.
It builds up on the shirts and stuff.
It's basically on it rather than in it.
Yeah.
And, I've been, experimenting because, I've always wanted to pop, you want to pop, but I was why go against it and rather work with it? So I've been using colors still on black and letting them fade. And
That's
it's
cool.
A more rustic, natural look to it. But
that's cool. Like it's been worn a little bit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it's in it rather than on top.
Yeah.
Of it.
I've got a Hurley shirt that they actually printed on the inside of the shirt, and then you wear it inside out, or you wear it regular or whatever, and it looks like it's all faded and stuff. But if you turn the shirt inside out, it's super bright and vivid color and stuff. It's like a heathered gray or something with a green printed on the inside. It's weird, but
I'm gonna steal that Hurley.
It's good. But dude, how did you get the idea of doing the print yourself?
Basically, I realized how expensive it was going through a screen printing place, and I was I'm just basically paying for labor. So and then I also learned that I don't feel like I was at a point when I was doing this that I can create a line and sell that line out. Seasons how people we're gonna do this line and buy so many and then sell these.
Yeah.
I found myself selling things over time. That one, I'm still selling things from the line that I got done 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
So I have a couple sizes left and stuff like that, but it's over time. So I was I can't just keep buying in bulk and stuff. So I realized I need to start learning myself.
Yeah.
And it makes it more convenient for me.
Yeah.
Mainly, but.
So you do beyond just the clothing line, the idea of your brand. You do public speaking on that, right? Public, I said public.
Public speaking.
But
it's people yelling at other people's genitals.
You need to do better in life.
Stop looking so hungover.
Stop looking. Yeah. Nice. Well, dude, so like, how'd you get into the public speaking part? I think that's like,
I was kind of going into that with him a little bit before. It's kind of like I realized, like with what I was wanting to do, that no matter what, eventually I'm gonna have to be in front of people talking. And that whether like it was how I got to where I was or whatever it may be, but and also the meaning and message behind it. You know, like you need to. I feel like one of the best ways to convey that message is by saying it.
Get in front of somebody.
But I actually dropped out of Columbia State to push it, a brand, after I started reading and researching stuff on my own. And then I actually got in contact with Krista Martin. She's the vice mayor of Columbia, from Murray County. And she actually works for Columbia State. She's like the second or third in charge there. But somebody told me to meet her, and like she eventually, I just presented everything to her, like the shirts in the box and everything. And like I was like, this is my idea. And we've just kept in contact since. And she invited me to speak at their leadership summit.
That's so cool.
At Columbia? At Columbia State.
That's freaking cool, dude. Nice.
But that's when I realized that, like, that's how I can make a difference, kind of. And then, like, I started going out on my own, and I was like, I want to build my, like, I guess, public speaking resume. And I started talking to, like, Boys and Girls Club, and I got the opportunity to speak there for 30 minutes. And that was just to do that. And, like, I gave away a couple of shirts to some of the kids there. And I spoke at, and this is a great argument. And this is actually, Brent, we had a slight argument about this when I first met him. When I was at Southern Trade, he was like, you have a clothing brand, but like, what's your niche? He was like, there's a million clothing brands out there. He was like, what? I was like, it's just the fact that it's relatable to everything. And like, he was like, yeah, but like, there's a lot of, and like,
so many people want you to narrow down, but you don't have to. So I'm sorry to
this is like exact. No, you're good. But the exact argument, like I gave back to him, was that like I spoke at a math academy, which was like 6th, 7th, and 8th graders at NC State, and like I was like, the fact that I spoke at a math academy about my clothing brand. I was like, that's freaking
cool as hell, dude.
Because you can apply it to your brand to whatever you want to. Because that's freaking brilliant.
and math, like I was like, you obviously like math. I was like, so math is problem solving. So I broke down that problem solving is in your everyday life. So I just
exactly. And dude, like, not to get way off subject and dive into what you just said, but like, dude, I think that's how math is, honestly, and like that's the reason why people want you to do that, like in college, and they want you to take all these different courses because all that is really is problem solving.
But see, the other argument with that is though, is they want you to do all of these things that aren't problem solving. And you have to do it their way. So that's the other argument on that, though. That's why I hated math, honestly. I hated math.
Because like they'll be like, we're going to show you this way, and then we're going to show you this way, but you have to do this way for the test.
But you can get the same answer. It doesn't matter. Like, we want you to do it our way because we said it. Like, that's I don't like that.
In high school, I had a teacher in Algebra 1 I took twice because I failed it the first time. Freaking Larry Clifton. Larry, if you're listening, still not even happy with you, dude. You bastard. You bastard. But, dude, he would teach the whole class. So it's like a 30-minute or an hour-long class. He'd teach the entire time leading up to the ending of class. The wrong way to do it, but he wouldn't tell you it's the wrong way. So he's, like, working through these forms and stuff like that. And then, like 5 minutes later, he'd be like, or 5 minutes before the end of class, he'd be like, "No, you want to know the funny thing about that? That's not even how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna show you an easier way." And I'm like, "Dude, that's not an easier way. What the hell are you talking about? There's like 14 different things to get to your answer. It's not easy."
You're like, "I've been taking notes for 30 minutes and you're showing me a different way."
Yeah, you bastard. And he was like, "If y'all do it the first way on the test, I'm not gonna count it for you. You're gonna have to do it this last way that I showed you." I'm like, "You bastard!" And everybody else got
That's just a pride aspect right there.
Yeah. Maybe it's like just hilarious. Like, he's just a comedian. He's like, no.
You're gonna fail at life. You can't count quarters whenever you're giving people change at McDonald's.
Do I do it by 25 or 0.25? What do I do?
This is just off topic as well, but it reminded me. You ever seen the Key and Peele skit of the substitute teacher?
The name.
Jay Quillen. I don't know why they popped.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah. He's an insubordinate.
I will take you down to Oshak, Hennessy.
Churlish.
And those things are hilarious, man. Like, Key and Peele, I think, are like, that show was hilarious, but now they're like individually doing so much random stuff. It's freaking awesome.
Props to Dave Chappelle, though. Because he sort of started that whole little mini skit thing, you know, with the Chappelle Show. And then he went to Africa or something and had like found himself, and then Key and Peele were like, "Hey," and then they took over with Comedy Central. But they both did good jobs in their own aspects. You have one that's like, you know, like the singular person,
and
Dave Chappelle.
type thing.
And then you have Key and Peele, who's like just this, like buddy cop, Lethal Weapon
Yeah,
comedy team. You know,
I never
works out
realized
really
that.
well. So.
Dude, did you ever see that one where the dude's like, it's like a Halloween party, and dude like comes up to the door and he's like dressed up like Michael Jackson, and he was like dancing, doing dance moves and stuff, and he's like, you know Michael Jackson's dead, right? And he was like, he was like starts crying, like doing the he's backwards and stuff. It's hilarious, dude. It's pretty good stuff. Pretty good. Well, heck yeah, man. So like, and then you just went on your trip, right? Like,
yeah.
How long was your trip for?
It was supposed to be a full month,
Mm-hmm.
but I ended up coming back early to speak at E.A. Cox Middle School.
Yeah.
But I think it was going for 2.5 weeks total.
Mm-hmm.
Actually 3.5.
Yeah.
But it was a great time. Like I said earlier, it was the first experience for everything. First time camping, first time going out west.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to go to California, LA, everything like that. So it was finally good.
Yeah.
Beautiful views. It's a completely different world over there. But
Yeah.
So it was just like you just went by yourself, or
2 people I work with at the restaurant I work at. They this was their 6th time doing something like that.
nice.
What?
So they're veterans.
Yeah.
When the restaurant's just like, you guys just
That was like a little like they were planning on going, and then I was like, I want to go. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, that sounds fun, and then we kind of just broke it to them. We're like, this is something we're gonna do.
It's
And,
happening.
yeah, but
Yeah.
they're actually not there anymore.
Oh,
They
damn.
didn't. I don't think they're letting them come back.
Yeah.
But
Beer.
yeah.
You got it? You said,
Yeah.
There you go. Well, that's cool then.
I don't know if it's because I was back early or I don't know, but I was lucky to get back.
Yeah. What did you say you learned, like, while you were out there? Like, is there some stuff that you figured out about yourself? Or you, like...
Yeah, I had a lot of personal time.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about smoking, but like I smoke, and I would just they don't smoke. The 2 I went with, so like I would
the marijuana.
Yeah, marijuana. Mary. But like with the views and stuff we had there, like I would just go off on my own and smoke. So
Yeah.
like, I don't want to be like making
Yeah,
around
yeah.
them. So like I would take that personal time to like really reflect on myself and like read a lot.
Yeah.
And, like I got a lot of thinking and planning done, and like I was also reading a book at the time called The Brand Within by Damon John, the guy off Shark Tank.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Shark Tank. And like I felt like his story kind of aligned with like what I was trying to do, because it's like the brand within, and like
Yeah.
everybody's their own brand.
Yeah.
So it's like I learned a lot about that, but like
That's really cool.
I got a lot of inspiration. I feel like
Yeah.
like, wanting to come back and push.
Yeah.
Dude, it's cool, like, about how, like, you can take, like, reading a book or whatever and, like, being on your own, like, personal journey or whatever, and then you read some stuff and you're like, oh my god, and it, like
Yeah.
relates to you so well, and you're like, how does this happen? But, like, it affects you, and you're just like, I'm gonna do this, you know?
Exactly.
That's really cool.
Exactly right.
Yeah, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it was a good time, dude. I loved it. I was telling him also earlier, I also finished a book then called The Power of Habit.
Ah, yeah.
And that was it's just crazy. Like, we were saying, like, how it's just like when you go to work, you don't have to think and you're just doing it. It was just, I think it's crazy.
It's nuts. Like, I mean, and that book's really good as far as just, like, teaching you, like, how to look at your habits and
Yeah.
stuff. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
Break it down like that.
This is a random thought. I've been meaning to say this the whole time.
Yeah.
You remember that time we were at that house and I cut myself?
Oh my god. Yes.
That was also
That
the same
was
house
hilarious.
with the cat in the bed. And we were like, what is that?
Oh, yeah. Dude, that was hilarious, man. We were, like, installing these shutters in this bed, right? Or in this bedroom. And we were in there for, like, 30, 40 minutes. Had no clue. Like, there was a lump in the bed.
And it
like,
moved.
the bed was
And
made.
we were like
Yeah. It was, like, it was so weird, man. We were in there for forever.
just moved.
Yeah.
So,
I was like,
what was it?
a
Yeah.
huge cat.
Yeah.
But it was just, like, the bed was made, like, perfect.
It was.
So it was like just under there, like
Yeah.
sleeping or something?
Yeah,
And you-
but it like got under the bed and was just like in there, and it was just like, oh my god, because it freaked both of us
We were
out.
like, you were like,
And then I look in there and the cat's just like,
I don't know you.
what you doing? This is hilarious, dude. And then, so that same house,
Yeah.
like, dude, how did you even do that?
I
What
don't
happened?
remember. I was like cutting the dry caulk off the end of the caulk gun for some
Yeah.
reason. I was just spending my time doing that, and then like it just went through, and I don't remember exactly where it was, but it hit like right on my vein, and this blood just
Oh
started
my god.
coming
Dude.
out. I was like, I was like, John, I just cut myself, and like blood was just pouring out. He was like, oh.
Dude, literally from the time it took me to walk like 15 feet, there was blood everywhere. He was like, dude, this is like you said, I cut myself, or that's a lot of blood or something. I look over, there's just blood everywhere, dude. It's just like dripping off his arm. I was like, oh my god.
There was like blood puddles in the driveway. Oh my god.
Dude, there was a big truck, like huge blood puddles.
She just like went back in. She has no idea what's happening up
there.
Yeah. Murder
scene. They spilled oil out of here. It was a big thing of blood. And then like we put the thing on, it's like, hold your hand up, dude, hold your hand up. And then like we looked at it, it's like a cut, dude.
That's it right there, I found. It was just that right there.
Yeah,
barely little.
It's freaking nuts.
Yeah, and it just hit a vein and just.
It's freaking nuts. Like I jabbed my finger with the knife, like last weekend or something, and I was just sitting there and there was so much blood, and I was like, I haven't bled this much in a long time. And it's crazy how you sit there and you run it underwater and it goes away, and you look and and you're like, ah, like it's not gonna stop.
Is it good? Is it good?
Oh yeah, it's wild.
No, that was just a fun day. I don't know.
That's hilarious, dude. I don't even know. That was the most random thing too, because I was like, all right, you good? I'm walking back into the house, gonna go finish this thing up, and then freaking, that's a lot of blood, man. Just everywhere, and then probably still on my keys somewhere. I don't even know.
Oh yeah. Everywhere, dude. And you were like, are you gonna pass out? You good with blood? And I was like, I'm good. I just don't understand,
dude. And like, it came from like. So, like, that happened right after, like, I put Jody to the ringer. She's going to school for, like, nursing right now. And, like, one thing, like, I like, chocolate or whatever, right? I don't know. Like,
I think you told me this exact story, right?
I'm, like, sitting there freaking, like, I've got, a saw or whatever. I'm, like, sawing this thing off. And Jody's, like, talking to me at the house. She's like, John, what are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, and it, like, cut through the thing and stabbed right into my shin. And it just stopped in my shin. Like, the whole saw just stopped in my shin. I was like... And then I freaking walk over, I pull it out. It didn't bleed for a couple of minutes, and then it just started.
That's when you know it's bad. Yeah. When you look at it and there's no blood, but you can see it, and then all of a sudden it's just like
it has to find.
Yeah. And dude, like that time, I was like, okay, it bled all in my shoe. My whole shoe was just covered in blood, and Jody was like putting like stuff on it. She was cool, but then dude, like I got bit on my arm right here by our dog or whatever, and Jody was like, she was like. Just being all normal nurse and stuff, I had a like thing on my arm. I was like, "Hey, you're probably pretty sure we need to go to the doctor." I could see like my muscles and my bone. I like skinny as crap, so there's not a lot of meat here, you know. Like, dude, it was just like flipped open.
Oh my god.
And so like I could see all that stuff, and I had like a bandage on it. And I was like, "Jody, you probably need to go to the hospital. It's pretty bad." And she was like, "Let me look at it," and all acting like nonchalant. And then she took it off, and she was like, "No, we're gonna need to go to the doctor." And then just took off. And it was hilarious, man. So I think now she's better, but I've been putting her through it, dude. Like I'm so accident prone. It's just I don't even know. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
But so you're doing like on your Instagram page. You're doing, or is it yours or is it on Worthwhile that you're doing like the stories, like people?
The people that was on Worthwhile. Actually, that's one thing that I started like wanting to do. I realized I wanted to do while I was on the trip.
Yeah.
Is it like. I've been trying to push this, like, bring individuality to light message. Mm-hmm. Like, I've changed my bio to that and everything on Worthwhile. And, like, that's where those interviews kind of, like, sparked from. Because, like, for one, you instantly are involved with the brand after that video. Cause, like, it's talking about you and what you think are worthwhile, and then it's posted on it. So it's like, but I was discouraged in LA because I didn't realize how hard it would be to get some of these people.
Yeah.
I got denied way more than I was.
Really?
Yes, yeah. I was surprised.
Why?
People just didn't care, dude. Like, and for one, like, everyone's going somewhere. Like,
I feel like that's the case in big cities, though, like that. Yeah. Like, I mean, places around here, you know, like, I mean, we have, like, the Southern hospitality going for, like, you know, Tennessee. Like, I mean, people are pretty friendly around here. And, like, I mean, I lived in Virginia for about 9 months, and, like, it's a whole different story. Like, when you're up north or, like, in a bigger city, like, people just, I mean, they don't, I mean, they're on their own way, and they don't, I mean, if you say something to them, like, I mean, they just keep going. Like, you could, like, trip and fall and, like, break your arm, and people just walk past you, you know? Like, nobody's going to freaking notice you at all. Like, it's
weird. And then
on
top of that, 95% of the people have earbuds in. So like, even if you stop somebody, even if you stop somebody, they're like, oh, hold on one second, I can't even hear you.
You interrupted my favorite song. Now I don't even want to talk to you.
I'm listening on how to be a better person.
Someone's like, you know what I think is worthwhile? If you would stop asking people. You interrupted my day.
Just
I'm not going to use that. I'm not going to use it.
Yeah, I'm just not
I'm going to delete that right
I'm
now.
going to act like that never happened. But, like, I mean, when did you get turned down before you did your first video, or did you do your first video?
No, the first one I actually got, I was good on. But it was the guy that we were camping in Limekiln State Park off of Highway 1. And one of the guys that works at the state park, like, that's just like what he does. Like, he'd rather be by himself, like, in nature, and he was just such an interesting character to me. And like, I felt like there was a lot to him. And then the morning when we were about to bring him back to the campsite, I was like, I really want to start this, and you might be in the first person. He was like, yeah. So like,
that's cool.
That's awesome.
Dude, I'll tell you, like, even though, like you said, I mean, some of these people, like, discourage you and turn you down and stuff like that, like, I think it's one of those things, like, yes, there might be, like, freaking 9 times out of 10, which I think is really high, but there might be 9 people out of those 10 that you ask, like, hey, can you do this? And they're going to be like, no, I don't have time to do. But that one person, to me, is what matters. Like, that one person that you get, it doesn't matter. The other people, the other 9 people, whatever they're doing with their life, really irrelevant. And then that one person that you get is like, awesome, I've been waiting for this.
A great example of that is at EA Cox when I was speaking there. 7th and 8th grade would not stop talking. And like, I was actually blown away. Like, there was like not much control there by the teachers. I'm like,
they're just like, how about a kids?
But
throwing mashed potatoes.
I even was like, all right, be quiet. Like, I tried, and I was like, it's just not going to happen. So, like, I eventually literally said it to them. I was like, look, I know you're not going to stop talking. I was like, I used to be in these literally same bleachers. And I was like, you're out of class. You don't really care. I mean, you're out of class. That's all you care about. But I was like, I know there's a handful of people listening, so, I mean, that's all that really matters. So.
There you go. And you just started talking to those handful of people?
I went to the 5th and 6th grade side. I literally stood on that side of the gym, and I was, like, talking to them. I was like,
being
they
good
don't
like
care.
Listening.
Yeah. So, like,
that's cool.
That's all that matters, but, yeah.
I don't know, man. And the weird thing is like, those people that are talking, probably the people that need to hear what you had to say. You know what I mean? Like, that sucks, dude. But what can you do, man? Yeah. Or do you have another public speaking thing planned?
No, but I got quite a bit of traffic from that, like posting it. I was in the front page of the paper for it. And, I posted that on Facebook, and like I've had quite a bit of shares on that and like likes and stuff. And one of my friend's moms posted it, and I heard Spring Hill, which is
it's huge.
Yeah. And it's somebody actually commented on it and said, I have a challenge for you. And he messaged me, and let me find it real quick. But he's a director of a kid program in Spring Hill. And I'm going to meet him. I'm meeting him tomorrow, actually. But I need to find the message. But I feel like that'll lead to something like that.
Yeah.
And then I've also been trying to, I feel like going on tour in schools is kind of like what I'm trying to aim for with that, but I don't know how that kind of just works itself out, in my opinion. Let's see. Yeah, this guy messaged me, and he said that he is Director of Development at the Tennessee Children's Home in Spring Hill.
That's
and
cool.
Said he'd love to meet with me and see if there's something we can do together. So like, that came from that, so like that just all like trickles down.
So you like, what would you say, like, whenever you're doing your speeches and stuff, what would you say you're really, like, pointing it towards? Like, do you have, like, a general audience that you write towards? Like, do you do it differently?
Not specifically. I try and cover, like, a couple main things every time, like the meaning of the brand, and then one of the biggest things, 2 biggest things, is that kind of like what we were saying earlier, like music and stuff and TV and stuff you watch, like, it makes it habit, like, forms you, kind of. Yeah. But, like, everybody grows up in a different way. Like, everybody. Yeah. It's like people you hang out with, music you listen to, TV you watch, your parents, friends, where you grew up, school you went to, like, all that is influential.
Yeah.
And like, it's inside of you, but you decide how that's outputted. So like, I feel like that's a main thing that like makes people think, because it's like maybe they don't know that they have the decision to like output themselves. But that, and then ideas, like capitalizing on your ideas, because like I'm literally standing in front of these people talking because of an idea. That was once nothing. So like, but everybody has their own specific ideas. So like, bring your idea to life.
Yeah, dude, and I think that's really cool, man. And a lot of kids, like, especially like if you're going to these schools and stuff like that and talking, they don't hear that from anybody. Like, none of their teachers are telling that. They're all just like, here's this algebra equation that you're gonna not know. And
they're all sort of taught from, like, the time that they can be knowledgeable about things, you know, that you go to school, you grow up, you get a job, you work, you have a family, you know, the basic structure of how American dream. Exactly. And then they don't, you know that if they have something that they want to do, that they can do it. You just have to do it. Like, you have to, you know, make money. Like, they think, you know, gotta make money, you gotta, you know, all this.
Yeah.
And they don't think about that. Like, that's how I was raised. I was
Yeah.
raised very, like, you know, get a job, go to college, you know, all the stuff. Like,
not necessarily develop like you as a kid.
Yes.
Just develop your thoughts. You know what?
Develop
Cat
your
Stevens
bank account.
said
Like,
it the freaking best. He said as soon as I could talk, I was ordered to listen. So it's pretty much like, instead of being your own person, you have to listen to what other people need. And you're pretty much preaching the exact opposite of that, right?
Yeah. And then one of the things I battle with too is like the schools. Like, I know I like to speak there and stuff, but like I dropped out of college. So it's like, I feel like they kind of battle that.
No.
They're like with me saying, like, speaking out of school, and like, I don't think you need school type situation, but like, I don't know, that really hasn't been an issue yet, but I feel like at some point it will be. But
that's cool though, man. That's like the ultimate, like, I freaking did it. Like, you said your first one that you spoke at was like at freaking Columbia State. I think it's like the ultimate, like, didn't need your school to do what I'm doing now. And I mean, like,
and I got paid for it.
Yes. So there you go. How many, like, all those people that you just spoke in front of were paying to go to this school, paid to pretty much hear you talk, man. So, I mean, like, I think college and school, well, I mean, all school and stuff like that, I guess, somewhat is, like, necessary for society, but, like, college now is not what it was then. Like,
even education system in general, like, public school in general.
It hasn't adapted with the times.
Oh, no.
And, I mean, like, in all honesty, my personal opinion, I believe that they need to initiate whatever they have to do to make a Google-type class.
Yes.
Because, I mean, anything you need to know about history, about any, I mean, you can find it on the internet. Like, if they would just have, like, maybe just, like, a small, like, you know how they do, like, half classes of, like, a Google program, and teach you how to properly search for things. I mean, it would make a world of difference when you actually get out of school. Because that, like, I went to ITT Tech, and that's a terrible school. I mean, they went bankrupt and all this bullcrap. But anyways, aside from that, I had a class in that school or whatever, and it was like a intro to like search engines, kind of. And this was before Google was big. I mean, we were searching stuff on, like, you know, Yahoo and like Ask Jeeves.
Oh my god!
And stuff like that. But I learned a lot from that. Honestly, like, being able to word your searches well, which with Google it's not hard these days, but back then, if you needed to find something, you had to word your searches very well. You know, so I mean, it taught me a lot.
Quotation, your searches. And
you had to put in the proper, like, sentences and stuff to find what you wanted. But I mean, I think that would help people out a lot just these days. Being able to show you how to find what you need to find on the internet, and not necessarily have to use your mind. I mean, like, use your memory of, like, books and stuff like that. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, there's so much stuff. Like, the internet now is, like, freaking crazy, but it's, like, flooded with things, man. I mean, like, you could literally be searching for something so innocent and then find something so not good. Like, I think I saw something the other day. It was like a meme, and it was like an old lady, and it was like, that's not the cream pie I was looking for. And then she was trying to find a recipe. I was like, oh my god, old lady, the poor old woman.
Oh.
That was pretty good,
It's one of those where you're just like,
oh my god, what is this? Yeah, exactly. I mean, like,
what have I found?
I know, like, why does this happen? But, oh god, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it's just crazy. But, well, dude, do you, so with your designs and your clothing and stuff, do you have some new things coming up, or you design your stuff? Like, what's your design process like?
I need to get more focused on, like, I feel like I'm at a point where I can do a line now, and, like, but at the same time, the one-of-ones is more unique, but, like, as far as designs, I would like to just keep doing the mixture of inks, but switch up, like, different ways to do, like, I don't have anything that says BU on it, but, like, hoodies and stuff say BU and stuff, but, like, you know, put a box around that, or find a shortened, like, logo phrase, like, just change what I have in different ways, but still do the same ink process. But I want to start getting into designing. Like,
yeah.
I want to learn how to sew, and I learned that. I figured that out when I was on that trip because like fabrication.
Yeah.
I can't speak. Out there in California is ridiculous. Like the fashion district was right next to where we were staying, and like just so many stores that are selling fabric and like sewing and stuff.
Yeah.
And like there's nothing like that in Columbia, or like kind of around here. So like I just really, and I had people before I left telling me that I should start looking into like the tailor side of things, and like I was just like, yeah, that'd be cool. But then like I realized it out there, and actually I had an inspiration for like a design I want to do. I just to learn how to sew, but you know, like the mosquito netting in a tent, that's the screen part. Like I think that'd be cool to like do a blank T-shirt and like sew that on the pocket, but on the reverse side of it, like sew fabric onto that. This says BU, so it's like through the screen, but on the screen.
Oh yeah, I see
stuff
what you're
like
saying.
that, and like a pocket, like a hoodie pocket out of that stuff, and like I want to start getting into like that.
That'd be really
like,
cool, dude.
That's even good. That's even more one-on-one thing. So it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know which route. I have a lot to do, but I need to figure out like. I feel like the one-of-one things I have more down pat than like the mass production of things. And I just need to get an actual press and everything to do that.
Yeah.
But that's just all steps.
Man, but the cool thing about that, like the cool thing about you owning your own company is like this is all you. So like those thoughts and like the cool different ideas that you've got, that's you, man. You got that crap. You can do those things. You know? So I think that's really cool. Like, I don't know, you're your boss. You got this, dude. Yeah, exactly, man. But I don't know, dude. I gotta get one of your shirts. I gotta get that happen. I go to the gym, freaking wear those things at the gym all the time.
Yeah. We were talking a minute ago about getting some actual Heck Podcast shirts.
Yeah.
And like, that would be awesome. Like,
yeah. I was saying to him, you know, like the you've seen the hoodies I posted with the different like designs like in them. You know? Yeah. But like doing that, I feel like the Heck Podcast. Like, that'd be cool.
Dude, that'd be freaking sick. That'd be awesome, dude. I know this is kind of a little bit off subject, but you just sponsored a dude.
I did.
Tell me about this guy.
It's actually not recent. He's been sponsored for a while now, but like I haven't had content to post, and like I've been busy, and like I've been slacking here and there. But he's always been posting since we've talked about like every time he like wins something, he holds the shirt up on the podium and stuff like that, and tags me and everything. Yeah. But I actually went to school with him in high school, and we used to be cool then, but we never really hung out of school. Yeah. But like we knew each other and we talked in classes and stuff. But like after school, and like a year and a half after we graduated, like he stumbled upon like going through social media and going through Instagram and finding people that he found the brand, and he started realizing it was me. Yeah. And he messaged me and he was like, I really love your message and everything. I connect with it 100%. Have you ever thought about sponsoring anybody? Yeah. And I actually thought about sponsoring him. Like
before you even contacted you?
Yeah. But I never.
That's so cool, dude.
I never, like, I didn't plan to, but there was a thought, an idea that went away that I didn't capitalize on. Yeah. But he reached out to me and I was like, I think that's great. So and then he's got the custom rash guard. He's got another sponsor that actually gets rash guards made and like makes his own rash guards. So I paid him and we threw a logo on there.
Dude, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, but yeah. I think it's cool because, like, that's another, like, avenue of, like, not to say advertising, but, like, that's him being himself and, like, he's doing what he loves and, like, being himself. Yeah. But, like, he's going to be promoting himself and the brand because, like, he's being himself. Like, throughout his journey of boxing and jiu-jitsu, so.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about, like, sponsorships. Like, especially, I mean, even if there is money involved, you know, that's good too. But, like, when you have this idea and that you want to get to as many people as possible and that, you know, helps that idea, I mean, it's really awesome. Like, with the Heck Podcast, you know, we want to promote, you know, what we want to do, like positivity and being yourself and being part of a community, like helping out your local businesses and all that and stuff. And you know, all of that just connects so well, and
it's all a revolving circle.
Yeah, like they'll help. They do what they want to do, and then you know it gets bigger, and then people see it, and it just grows. And
have you? Does this dude have like some fights coming up, or is
he actually just got out of surgery not too long ago?
Oh, dang!
He's actually starting to get back into a couple competitions and stuff. But I know he teaches classes in Spring Hill and
that's cool
and everything. But his last time I had a long conversation with him, like he does boxing and jiu-jitsu, and he's done jiu-jitsu for a long time, but I think he wants to pursue boxing. So I'm excited to see that. I'm going to go to a couple of his fights and get actual action shots while he's fighting with the rash guard and everything, but he's got time.
Yeah. What's the dude's name?
Emilio Hernandez.
Emilio Hernandez.
A.K.A. the Scramble King.
The Scramble King?
Yep.
Nice.
That's a good boxing name.
Yeah.
Emilio Hernandez. Like, that just sounds like a boxer, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Check him out. Emilio Hernandez. You can find him through Worthwhile or anything, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you looking at, like, branching into that more, like, sponsoring people, or is that something that
I've thought about it for a while. I just don't know how to go about it, because, like, I would love to not necessarily sponsor athletes, but people.
Yeah.
People. But, like, I don't know.
Because it's
like,
such a broad thing.
It is.
Yeah.
So it's like technically everybody could be sponsored, but it's like I don't know. I'd have to find like a program or like I don't know.
Yeah, like
sponsorship package or something.
Yeah, something we were talking about doing with like Live It whenever we were doing Live It clothing like a lot more. We were talking about doing like not necessarily a sponsorship, but more of a I'm trying to say with college a scholarship program.
Oh, yes.
So we were talking about doing something like that, and like getting people to apply for it. Because dude, like even $500 for a college student is like a lot of money. So like if you found a way to like, you know, like not necessarily going just towards their college fund paying for college, but just going towards them. Like, hey, dude, you know what? You're probably going to be eating a lot of ramen noodles. So here's like $500. Go buy yourself like whatever, you know, like
5,000.
Something. Yeah,
packs of ramen noodles.
Dude,
Yeah.
how much would that be? That'd be like freaking that'd be like 2,000 things of
be a
ramen
lot.
noodles. It's like 25
It would be
cents
enough
a
to
piece.
get them through at least a year, probably.
Can you imagine eating that much ramen
Breakfast,
noodles?
lunch, and dinner.
Just puking everywhere, dude. That'd be like puke, dude. That'd be brutal. But dude, like now, like used to, I could put away some ramen noodles, dude. I got good and stuff. But then now, like if I eat it, my stomach's like, what have you done?
Dude, seriously, like I had a cup of noodles like the other night, like after our other podcast. 'Cause I got home late and I was like, dang it, I don't feel like cooking. And I just like ate like a cup of noodles, and like after I got done eating it, I was like, oh my god,
What is inside?
I feel like there's like a concrete brick inside of my stomach or something.
Yeah.
Like
It's like Spaceballs that thing's just gonna blow out of your stomach and start like show dancing and
God, like a little alien made of noodles, like flicking its little alien noodle tail everywhere. Like,
dude, I don't know. I heard there's something in there that like to keep it like some preservative in there that takes. If I'm not mistaken, I probably am, but I heard it takes months for your body to really break that stuff down.
It's like gum.
God,
dude, I swallowed so much gum as a kid.
It's
Like I
probably
have
still
stomach
sticking
problems.
there.
I have so many stomach problems
Just
now,
combining
and
them.
like I think like I
Yeah.
have this like flashback image in my head of me like sitting like in church or something and not being able to get rid of my gum, just like swallowing it and just being like laughing, you know, like it's not gonna affect me, you know. You're a little kid, you don't think about it, and then now I'm just like, and then I think about that and I'm like, damn you.
you should go back. Time travel happens. You go back and just like gut punch yourself before you swallow
be
that
like,
first piece of gum.
No.
Yeah.
You listen to me, and you don't swallow the gum.
You think
Spit it out. And I spit it in my own hand.
Yeah. Pin smack him with a gum.
I go over and talk to my grandmother and be like, make him spit that out right now.
Yeah.
You know?
If he doesn't spit that gun out, he will die.
His stomach's gonna hate it.
Yeah.
Dude, good lord. There you go, then, man. I don't know, like, hopefully we're talking about getting a, like, an actual legit studio space soon, so, like, hopefully that ends up going down. If we do, we're gonna be, like, in the middle of Dixon, and, dude, I don't know, I got a random thing, but, I've got a couple of shops that are here in Dixon that, like, would like to house you clothing brand, if you would want to, like, sell your stuff out of their shop. Do you have some shops that you're in right now?
I have one store I'm in the square in Columbia, the health food store, which doesn't have anything to do with clothing.
That's cool.
But,
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of cool because like anyone that goes there obviously is like in tune with their health and like alternative products and stuff. So it's cool because it's like still a niche.
Yeah.
But I need to be more up to date with it because I have hoodies in there and a couple T-shirts, but it's like it's about to be summer and stuff like that. But like I got a Mule Day shirt.
Oh yeah.
Designed that I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I need to hurry up because it's got a month exactly. But it says it's got a mule emblem on it. And it says "My ass is worth it."
That's awesome.
It's got
Nice.
around the back.
I like it.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
But yeah.
How many shirts are you gonna get printed
I
up?
don't know.
Or do you know you're gonna
I was
start
I was sitting there this morning on my computer trying to figure it out. Like the drop shipping.
Mhm.
I was either thinking about trying to drop ship and do that route, or if I should just buy bulk and try and just sell them.
Well, dude, at the festival,
Actual festival, yeah.
I would just go set a table up, dude. I'll freaking go with you. Look, I'll just wear one of your shirts and be like, look, however much you want, $15.
But I also know that I don't know. I need to find out because like most spots that are available are taken up because people plan for that like
Yeah.
All right.
Advanced. But I don't know if there's anything with just sitting at the table at the park.
What if you don't even set up a table and you bring bags, like sack packs, a crap load, and get a lot of your friends, and like I could bring people out for you and stuff like that. We could all wear a Worthwhile brand shirt, and then just walk up to people and be like, "Hey, would you be interested in one of these shirts?" And then
just hit it.
Sell them from there. Don't even rent a table out, dude. Just go out and backpack it. Do you remember whenever we? No, we were passing out food, like the Cheez-Its Nashville. We were like handing out waters and Cheez-Its and stuff like that with those sack packs. But that was really fun, man. I mean, like literally, I think it's better than sitting at a table because like, if we set a table up, we did this like there was a festival in Nashville. I didn't even know that it was going on, but we were just like we did Cheez-Its Nashville, so we like brought boxes of Cheez-Its, like hundreds of boxes of Cheez-Its, dude, and thousands of bottles of water. It was ridiculous, man. Well, we brought like tons of sack packs and backpacks and walked around this festival and like just handing out food and water, man. It was pretty cool.
We met a lot of cool people at that festival. We didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah, we just walked into it.
And we met a lot of cool people a lot of people that were like helping out Nashville, like community-wise, with like what was that, women's something, like abuse home or something.
Yeah.
And they made like the women that stayed there made their own jewelry, and they would like sell it, but everything that they got from selling the jewelry, went back into the home.
What was it? I think I mentioned.
There's one of those in Columbia, actually.
I hate not knowing the name of that, but
I think I've actually reached out to them.
Yeah, they were. I can't remember. It's been like we did that like a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's like 2 years ago or something.
But like we met so many cool people that were helping, and like they loved what we were doing because we were just going around the city and like finding homeless people and giving them some Cheez-Its and water. Because I mean, like if you think about being homeless, how long has it been since we had like snack food?
Yeah.
Usually you're like scrounging and like getting
focused on main meals. Not
and getting what you can, and just being able to hand out some snack food and some waters or whatever was really cool.
Yeah,
like
cool.
we met some cool characters, and some people didn't like us.
Yeah,
but it was
like
because we
Jesus.
actually heard, which is really sad. We heard that people were like playing pranks on them.
It was really messed up.
Like doing handing them fake stuff, which is really terrible.
Who does that, man?
But,
you're already down to your luck. Let's go beat these people up a little bit more, man.
But I mean, we met some cool people and help them out. I mean, it was fun. Like, cool.
Yeah. Dude, one thing that we did Socktober last October or whatever, and like I got to do that a lot with my sister, which was freaking awesome, man. It was really cool to see her like take the reins on that and like really helped out. But we had like 2 people that came out that I knew nothing about. Like I didn't know these people at all. Like I had no clue who they were. But they pulled up with 2 whole trucks, dude, with freaking like tarps and straps held down. They brought like socks for days, freaking hoodies, those little like tons of fleeces that you can get, like those dollar fleece little things. And dude, we just passed out like thousands of dollars worth of just free stuff to the homeless people in October. It was freaking awesome. So I think we're gonna do that again if you wanna get involved with that.
This is when the brand first started. It was me, Benji, and Spencer, and my friend Connor.
Mm-hmm.
But they're the Hope House in Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
We talked to them about like getting involved with stuff like that, and they usually go to Nashville and they cook at one of the churches for homeless people.
Yeah.
And like I ended up, that was actually the very first time I spoke in front of somebody.
Yeah.
That was just like that group of people. But not in front of the homeless people, but like the people that stay at the Hope House.
Yeah.
But then we ended up driving around giving sack food to people.
Yeah.
Like I had like my first line of shirts I ever got done was polyester.
Yeah.
Very thin, and I was not a fan of them. I didn't want to sell them.
Yeah.
So like I thought it'd be best to just give them away. So I gave them like 35 shirts. And
dude, heck yeah, that's
gave
awesome.
them away to everybody.
That stuff's not cheap, dude. I know it probably cost you a good bit too. So dang, but that's freaking awesome. Yeah, like I don't know, man. I'd like to get something set up with you. Do that. I think that'd be cool, like a living foundation and a freaking Worthwhile.
I was thinking about this while we were talking about it because I've been really trying to learn the nonprofit route. I've been meeting people in Columbia trying to learn about it because I want to start a nonprofit.
Yeah.
We've had these conversations when we were going how like I can give that way and I can receive funding to give shirts. Because like the schools, like I would love to be able to speak at a school and give every kid a shirt.
Yeah.
750 kids, like that's
it
a
gets
lot of money.
expensive.
Yeah. But like I've also had approval from like United Way, like they told me that they would give me funding, but like I'm not a nonprofit, so they can't.
Dude,
they
what?
can't. Yeah.
I can do your freaking paperwork right now if you want me to. We can get this set up, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we need to do something.
Yeah.
Because, like, that'd be cool if it can, go through, live it and
yeah,
and
or
giving part
we
of
could
it.
set your whole thing up, man. We could just set it up
Yeah.
worthwhile. I mean, do the 501c3 now that they're filing, there's like an easy 501c3 or whatever, and it's cheaper and way easier as long as you're not exceeding like a certain amount of money in donations. Can't remember how much it is, but I remember whenever I first started, I was like, probably not going to be doing that much.
Yeah.
I don't think I am. So, like, I don't know, but...
My other thing is also, like, I didn't know if I'd be crossing lines, because, like, once I get to the point where I can mass produce, like, I would obviously, with the nonprofit, buy the shirts to give for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's crossing, like...
I think as long as you keep the two things separate, like as long as you keep the two entities totally different, like if you have a nonprofit bank account and your business bank account, you know what I mean? Yeah, like as soon as you like start filing your paperwork, totally different dudes over here, and don't ever let them cross over, and that will keep you safe. Like if you didn't, like if you moved like $5,000 from your nonprofit over to your company, then people might be like, wait a second, what's this guy doing? But if you're moving money from your company over to your nonprofit and then doing the documents and stuff like that, like saying, hey, I donated this much money to this nonprofit of mine, but I documented it all, you'd be good.
Oh, yeah, I want to do that because, like, I want to be able to give shirts because everybody's worthwhile. So, like, I feel like everybody. That's like one of my main goals when it first started was that everybody should have a shirt. Yeah. So it's like that'd be cool and good content too. For, like you two, and you go out and just give out shirts to people, and that'd be funded.
Mm-hmm. Dude, you know, like I'm just brainstorming, but like next time you do a school, like do you get a good heads up before that?
This one I did not.
So if you get like. How long does it normally take you? You said about 15 minutes, but I guess you probably don't have all day to just sit around and that's, So, but it'd be cool if next time you do a school, if you get like, a month or 2 months of notice before you're going to do it, you could like get up one of those, because like they always do like booster club shirts and stuff like that. You could do like, you can make a shirt just for the school, like worthwhile, whatever year it was or whatever, and then give them like forms to fill out, like write your name, size, and all that stuff, and then charge like $15, and then you charge like $10 to the school. The school profits $5 off of it, so they make some money off of it. You make money off of it, or at least cover your shirts, and then the kids get a shirt, and then everybody
has funding for the schools, whatever they're boosting.
Mm-hmm. It would be cool if they figured out a way to like, even if the kids like if their parents, because a lot of people can't afford even $15 for a T-shirt, man. It would be cool if like even like everybody turned in the form. And if everybody doesn't pay, maybe the people that paid kind of can comp for the people that don't pay or something like that. Yeah, it'd be cool.
That or even find a way to get a few, maybe one from each class or something, to actually design the shirt themselves.
Oh, dude, a competition!
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Dude, nowadays, all you literally have to do is have a white piece of paper, and they just draw on it. Because you can scan that piece of paper, put it into Photoshop. I can do it on my computer, dude. Put it in Photoshop, and then print that out, and then just like that. Yeah.
And that's literally handmade by them.
Yeah. Dude, that's freaking awesome. Next time you do a school, you should get a heads up for like a month and just be like, let's blow this out the water.
I didn't find out I was speaking there until like, it was like, I literally think it was like the 3rd, February 3rd, and I was speaking on the 14th.
Yeah.
And like I was in California.
Oh
I was like, this is horrible timing. But I was just like,
you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't miss this, but.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I actually tried to see if we could do a shirt, but she was like, we won't be able to. We already they did blue. It was called Blue Out for the anti-bullying, and it was actually on Valentine's Day, but they're doing blue instead of red to promote that. But
that's shirts.
I was like,
wow.
Darkness.
Yeah. Darkness. Mm-hmm. But that's pretty legit, though, dude. Yeah, I think you should definitely do something. But I don't know. You're doing a really good job right now. I'm freaking stoked for what all you've got going on, man.
Thank you.
Yes. So, but yeah, man, when can we see you next? What do you got going on in the near future? You got anything coming up?
Down to do another one of these.
Yeah.
For sure. But, I don't know. I just let it go every day, day by day. I just need to figure out the Mule Day stuff now, and then I really just need to figure out, like, a way for production of it.
Yeah.
That's about it.
There you go. So possibly see you at Mule Day, and possibly see us with your shirts on, selling shirts for Mule Day.
I could even do a little mini video making the Heck podcast shirts.
Let's do it. Let's do this, man. I'm freaking, you just let us know how much you want to charge for these Heck podcast shirts, and we'll freaking get them set up, dude.
I'll print them.
Yes. It's happening. Heck podcast, and we'll do giveaway or something like that. I don't know.
We're going to do a
Worthwhile and Heckcast.
Yes.
Heckcast.
Heckcast. Heckin' Worthwhile podcast.
Heckin' cast.
Heckcast. Nice, man. Well, heck yeah, dude. So you got any parting words? Anything you'd like to tell everybody?
Just be you. Simple as that. Be you. Be worthwhile. That's pretty perfect.
Well, hell yeah, dude. So, I don't know. We're going to get off here, but yeah.
Yeah, it was a good little podcast. I liked it. I like the motivation, the positivity, and all of that because it's dwindling in today's world, and we need as much of that as we can get. I mean, positive thinking. People underestimate positive thinking. Like, I've been in so many dark times in my life before. I mean, depression, whatever it may be that you're going through, and like, you will just get into this mindset that, what's the point?
Yeah.
And then if you like just one day and you're just sitting there and you're like, I'm gonna stop doing this. If you just physically and mentally put yourself into a position to where you're like, I want to think positively. I'm just gonna try it. Just to see what happens. I'm gonna be positive today and see if it helps. And for the most part, it really helps. Like if you even if you have to force yourself to be positive, you know, like you end up being positive without having to force yourself to be that way. Yeah. Which is really awesome. So.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. Well, dude, I'm stoked. So, Mule Day, you're gonna freaking get this thing going on, and I'll see you then, dude.
Thank you all for having me.
Yes.
Nice. Yes. Awesome.
Take care, brother.
Heck yeah.